All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whenever, wherever you may be watching. Welcome back to Real Life Prepper, where we are on a journey of moving our family and our whole entire lifestyle from an urban environment to a more rural situation. And eventually, we are shooting to become more self sustaining and self sufficient off grid, hopefully. Hey, Tara, good morning to you. The only one, number one. Tara, you are it. Jane, good morning to you. How are you? Y'all make sure you hit the thumbs up button, please. So I wanted to come in this morning. I know I met you guys yesterday and I did a video, but due to the information, Jennifer and I decided that we were just going to keep that unlisted and only send that back and forth to us and to people who are in our direct circle. Okay, so I apologize, and it's a good long 30-minute video, but I promise you, when we get out there, we'll be doing videos from the property anyway all the time. So you guys are gonna be able to enjoy and see and dream and live, life with us on a new property. Which brings me to the subject at hand. Very bright. I want to inspire all of you all to start looking at your future and looking at it in the very bright situation. Okay, stop looking at the doom and gloom. Keep your location private. I am trying to as much as possible. And of course, and thank you for that tip. So anyway, yeah, I didn't have any information as far as where we were. I got a raised bed field in Shard, Collards, Radishes, and Golden Beach yesterday. That sounds delicious. Delish. So had my inspection yesterday. Unfortunately, Jennifer did not attend because she had to actually physically go into the office yesterday, and that was the first available for the inspection, so I had to take it. But let me tell you guys something. First and foremost, the property is bigger than what we initially thought. Okay, when you look at the property, and my seed garlic shipping is coming Monday. Awesome. So when I got there, of course I met the inspector, both inspectors, and I met my real estate agent. And I was actually the last to get there, but I was last to get there because I was driving around. And when you drive around, those kind of neighborhoods, you got to drive around for miles because everything is spread out. And the way the houses are, they're kind of set up kind of like the houses y'all see in the background here, where it's like house, space, house, space, house. But everybody has like acre 2, 3, 12, 15 in behind them, which is great because I don't really have to worry about too much my neighbors. Okay, this guy just pulled right in the street. He's on a bicycle. Just pulled out like he had bumpers or something. So anyway, get out there, and the owner's there, and he's like, I wanted to take the inspector out to some of the other buildings on the lot. He's like, okay, well, cool. I'll do this for you, and I'll do a quick look, and I do that and won't charge. I'm like, cool. So we get out there, and this quick look turns into him being so interested in the inspector being so interested in the property. He starts taking pictures, and I will, once we get out there, I'm gonna show you guys this carpenter beat trap. I thought it was so amazing. I was like, man, that is neat. So I'm gonna show that to you guys when we get out there, because a lot of folks because we have carpenter bees over here, and I'm gonna make 2 or 3 of those at my house. Because those things they're treacherous. They will dig holes into wood like it's nothing. So yeah, I'm glad I found that out. And so then the inspector's like, okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and go get started with my inspection and blah blah blah. So I'm like, okay, cool. And the homeowner was like, you want to go with him? I'm like, no, I'm staying with you. because I wanted him to, well, since he was there, I wanted him to walk me throughout the whole property, and he did it. We hit it off great. They're happy with the purchase of the sale, and we're happy, of course, with the purchase and the sale. And he walked me the whole entire property, showed me where all my lines were, showed me where all my power was run. And y'all, listen, the property is much better than I thought. I didn't realize that the gazebo out close to the pond had power. And he's like, yeah, I just, we never planned on moving. He's like, I've been setting this up for, for the rest of our lives. And I got power out here, and I was like, wow, you got power way out here? He's like, yeah. And he's like, I was gonna run a junction box up here, and then, run cabling over, and I was gonna install a ceiling fan. So, so we out here, and, we can't, keep the mosquitoes down, because, when the fan, when the fan is going, it's gonna, produce air traffic patterns from them. I thought that was funny. And I was like, man, that's a great idea. I think I'm gonna do that. And I am. I'm definitely going to install a ceiling fan out there. So when we're out there, we can enjoy the pond and not get eaten up by by mosquitoes. Because I'm now, one thing you guys might not know about me, I'm allergic to mosquitoes. So yeah, I'm glad we had that time to talk, because I was like, man, that's a great idea. Because I never would have thought of putting a ceiling fan out there. I just wouldn't have thought of it. But when he mentioned it, I was like, oh, that'll be an easy install. All I gotta do is just blue blam ba ba ba, and that's it. And I won't even have to I don't even have to finish anything. I'm just gonna stick probably stick a couple 2x4s up there, sister them things in place, and put the ceiling fan up. Run the power over to it, and bam, that's it. Put a junction box in, drop I got a ceiling fan in, it's not an install kit, but a ceiling fan junction box right here. And I don't even know if I'm gonna need a box for it. I'm gonna need I'm gonna need some kind of stud or joist, or it's not what you call them, rafters. Put it into the rafters, and then just run the power over. Bam, done deal, easy peasy. And I was like, man, that's such a great idea. So talked about that, and see, Terra Dune Shores and College Grill in the winter. I know College will. It's kind of late to be planting though. I just passed by somebody's garden. Their stuff is already up, but it's still been kind of warm around here. So they should, and that's another thing. They have a little garden out there. They got a raised bed garden out there already, where they was growing herbs. And she's like, yeah, I just literally put collard seeds in the ground like 2 weeks ago. I just did that. So we're looking at closing next month sometime, and hopefully we'll be out there before Thanksgiving. And if not, it's not going to be a big deal, because we still got a lot of stuff to do at our house to get it ready. So we're working like crazy. But around here, most greens can grow all winter. Yeah, I'm sure I'm sure it doesn't get that cold in Georgia. So very, very exciting. And we spent out of the 2 hours I was out there, I probably spent, out of 2.5 hours I was out there, I spent 2 hours with the homeowners, and maybe 30 minutes with the inspectors. And I'm not gonna say I feel like I wasted my money, because anytime you have an inspection, it's always a good thing to have. They didn't find anything. They found 2 things that that are my concern, but like future concern down the road. And not even worried about them. Not even close to being worried about them. Tons of greens on my balcony last year. Okay. So yeah, I'm very, very, very excited about this. I was hoping that we'd be able to meet the owners. The 2 hours I spent with him yesterday probably saved me 2 years worth of time of trying to figure things out. Literally. I mean, literally. And then I discovered some other things, because there are some things that I want to do when we get out there, and there's some things that that I discovered while I was out there. So, oh, okay, I can do this way, do this a little bit different, blase. Now, yeah, this is gonna be good. So the property has a fence completely around the entire property in the back. You see it from the street. You cannot ride. Is there a big garden area cleared out on the property? Yes, I could have a garden on this property, probably a 1/4 acre size if I want it. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna focus the first couple years on trees, because what I want to do, I want to create a fruit tree line or a tree line. I want to create a tree line in the very back of the property that stretches all the way across, to give myself another barrier between myself and the neighbors, which the neighbors are like 2 acres away. But yeah, that I could have an enormous garden. I can have an enormous garden in the backyard, just where the backyard area is. I can have an enormous garden. Probably, and y'all saw my garden, over the last couple of years where I was gardening in my backyard. I could probably have a garden 4 or 5 times that size just in the backyard area that's set up in Justin's backyard. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna leave that cleared and the way it is, just so the dogs can run out there and just enjoy the backyard. Hopefully they don't dig it up like they do at our house. Hopefully we can break them from doing that. Because it's so beautiful, it's so pretty. The grass is so pretty. You can tell that their dogs don't do a bunch. They don't do any digging. Again, you said they don't do a bunch. They don't do any digging. And I think another thing that's going to help is the fact that it's going to be set up where they have power. I forget what it's called, but it's like electric fence. And all I gotta do is just get the boxes to power it. They're gonna take their boxes with them. Price from last night, they're kind of expensive. They're like $150, $180 a piece. But I'm definitely gonna get them because it keeps the varmints out and keeps keeps your pets in. And I'm probably gonna put some around the chicken coop. Keep predators out of there. And I'm thinking I'm gonna figure out some kind of way to put like a netting over top of the chicken coop, because they have like chicken hawks and foul predators that are coming down attacking the chickens. So and while we was out there yesterday, they probably got 30 chickens out there. While we out there, one of them was just laid down on the ground. We thought he was dead. And the lady owner, she went and got a feed sack. She was gonna pick him up and I guess go bury him or whatever. And he was still alive. Poor little guy. He was still alive, but he was in such fright from the attack. He's probably gonna die because he probably either had a heart attack or he stroked out or something happened to him. And it was just sad, just to see the care and the concern from the owners about their pets and everything. I was like, these are really good people right here. And they're gonna leave us some chickens, so we're gonna start out with some chickens. I was very excited about that. And it's a few other things that they said they're gonna leave for us. And I was like, hey, look, anything y'all can't take or you can't fit at your new place, please leave it. Please leave it. Yeah, because anytime you're moving to a new house, and I love buying it. I love buying older people's houses, because when the family comes in to clean out, they leave so much stuff, and you have so much treasure. Y'all ever heard that statement, one man's trash is another man's treasure? Well, when people leave things behind when you buy a house, I broke down and bought the large container. Okay, I can't read. Oh, you guys your comments are too long, and I'm going to drive, because we learned last week that reading and driving does not work. Y'all remember, if y'all do like one-liners, I can glance over there, look at it real quick and get it. But when you start doing 2 and 3 and 4 liners, I'm not gonna do it, because I almost rear-ended somebody last week. It's all good. No need to apologize. I know you guys forget. It is okay. It is okay. What are you saying? I want some eggs too. Yeah, I was looking at some incubators last night, because I would love to hatch some chicks, but that's gonna be down the road. We got to get in there and get used to the property first before we even start thinking of doing some stuff like that. Yeah, not even close to incubation and hatching and chicks and all that kind. I would love to do it. Definitely have enough room. I think what I'm gonna do is they have a barn set up. I'm thinking about putting doors up on the barn and then closing it. That way we can do a lot of we can do a lot of inside things with animals. It's not very large enough that for like 2 horse stalls, which is big, and we can always we can always close it off and do something, or I can just expand. They call it a man cave. I don't really like that term, but it's a very comfortable place. That I'm looking forward to spending some time out there, especially in the wintertime, because it has a wood burning stove, wood burning fireplace. I guess you could cook on it. It looks like you could put some stuff on top of it. How you say about the chicks? You can definitely get chickens. Oh, definitely. Yeah, thank you for the caps. Y'all remember when I'm driving, do caps and do one-liners. It makes it so much easier for me to just glance over and read it. So what else? Let's see. The pond. I found out that the pond is about 8 feet deep. Don't even have to worry about it. It has its own ecosystem. I probably will put a few fish out there. What? A clan cave? I don't know what that is. Like the KKK clan, or I don't. You gotta. I don't know what that means. Oh goodness. Let me see what else. The pond up by the house. And just doing the walkthrough with the owner yesterday, it made me so much more comfortable, and I just feel like I'm getting so much more than what initially thought. Because there's a pond right by the house that they just redid. Oh, you said. Let me see. Instead of man cave, it is for the whole. Oh, I get it. A clan cave. Okay. Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna turn the thing in outside into. Maybe a place where I can play my video games, and I can that way I can have my surround sound up as loud as I want to, and all that kind of stuff. But I doubt I'll be I doubt I'll want to do something like that, because that's more for outdoorsy type situations. It's just a place where you go and just kind of relax. And the property has such a safety and such a serenity feel to it. That's one thing that both Jennifer and I loved about it. Just being out there, you feel so secure and just so safe. Even asked him, I was like, hey, what about predators out here? What have you seen? He's like, I've seen fox. I even saw a coyote. I'm like, whoa, a coyote? Really? That's a big predator. He's like, but since we got the electric fence up, we're not seeing much. We've been sleeping in the shed while we fix up the trailer. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. And I thought it was wide. Didn't you tell me that shed was a 10 by 20? If that's a 10 by 20, you guys can turn that into a tiny house. That's huge. A 10 by 20, oh, that's plenty of room for everything. You guys could put a little small toilet in there, and hey, y'all could live in that. Which is another thing that I got to figure out on the property. I got to figure out, 12 by 20, that's even bigger. Okay, bigger than what I was thinking. Because I went and looked at one the other day, and it was a 10 by 20, 10 by 10. And I thought about you. I was like, wow, that means that Tara's shed is double this size, as far as length. I was like, man, that's a pretty big shed. Pretty big shed. And that's a good deal right there. Can't beat that. Can't beat it with a stick. I was wondering if you could stay in the shed. We bought some beadboard for the ceiling yesterday. I don't know what beadboard is. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. But yeah, I looked at one the other day, and I was like, I could build this thing right here. It was a 10 by 10 shed. Excuse me. It was a 10 by 10 shed, and it was had a loft to it. I was like, man, you could literally put everything you need down here and then sleep on the loft with a sofa and a bed in the shed for us, the kids, to sleep on. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all wrong. And I'm sure that is more than enough room. And I think it's so admirable that you guys are doing stuff like that as a family, because it just brings you closer together. It's putting you guys closer to where your dreams are. You got a 1/4 acre that you can do what you want to do with. You're renovating the trailer for more permanent, and then when you get finished with the shed, You always got a place where you guys can go, and then you can always build more. So yeah, heck yeah, heck yeah, heck yeah. So it's yeah, building your homestead, Terry. Yes, you are, and that's what it's all about. It's all about advancing and progressing towards your goals. And I'm very proud of you guys. I'm very proud for you. And I know it's been years in the making. A lot of times people look at your lifestyle and they're like, "Oh my God, they're getting it so easy and it's just happening." No, it's just like with us. It has been a process. It's funny. I talked to my best friend last night. He was like, "Man, you inspiring." I was like, "Really? Why?" He said 7 years ago, but literally was like 8 or 9. He like 7 years ago, you didn't even have a driver's license. I said, dang, I tell people all the time, 8 years ago we were homeless. I forgot I didn't even have a driver's license. He's like, man, he's like, I'm so happy and so proud, proud for y'all. So we may host Christmas at our new house this year. I'm not sure if we're ready for anything like that. But I would love for the whole family to just come together. Jennifer's side and my side, we just get together and do Christmas at the new house. I think that'll be amazing. Like I said, who knows if we even gonna be ready, and if not, then oh well. Because all you need is what? Together. Just need to be together. That's all. And that's what I'm looking forward to. I've always wanted a property where we can come together and call it home. Not just Jennifer and I, but both clans, both families come together and have a place where we can come together. And we even have enough room if we wanted to build like a because on our perfect property I want to have a big house. First of all, I want to have a long drive, then a big what we call a big house, and then have little small bungalows, little shanties, little sheds, and then we wanted to have a huge like steel building put up where it had like rooms upstairs where people when people come in they can just stay in the rooms. What's up, Kev H? And then have this huge auditorium kind of like area where we had basketball court, ping pong, pool tables. Because see, when Jennifer's family gets together, we always have tournaments and things like that. All right, I'm gonna call him back. Hopefully that didn't interrupt us. Cool. Yeah, they always have tournaments. We have like ping pong tournament. We'll have like horseshoe, not horseshoes, but what's that? We don't really do cornhole. Cornhole's not my thing. I'm not gonna say it's a silly game. It's a cool game. But we can do like basketball shootouts and things like that. That's what I would like to have. But a building that size would take up so much of our space, and I like the way it's set up now. Unless we put it like back where the trees are, and then I don't know if I really want to do anything like that. And then again, I don't know if I want to spend that kind of money at this property, because we're gonna be here a few years until we get to the point where we can actually buy the farm, 20 plus acres, 10 plus acres, till we get there and everything is set up the way we want it, or we buy land and then build on it. So and I want you guys to get in the mindset of always progressing to the next. Okay, you never get to the destination. And even when you get to the destination, it's always okay. What can we do to make this better? What can we do to make this bigger? What can we do to do bigger? I want you guys to get to that point, because it's never going to be a destination. All right, never settle for where you are. And if you are there and you're satisfied, then so be it. But I just think that once we get to a point where we're like, "Whoo, we made it," I think you start losing a little bit of yourself. And it's just me talking. I could be wrong. But not my glasses left. So let's see what else is out there that I learned. The pond is big enough where the guy, he's been putting his John boat out in it, and he said he swam in a few times where he had to go to the bottom and get stuff and fix things and whatever. And I was thinking about putting like and I don't know if I'm gonna do this or not. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. I know I can. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. What my vision was to put a fountain out there. I want to do a solar powered fountain and have it in the middle of the pond, and run the tubing up and everything, and then have just have a little fountain that comes out at the top. And I think that's going to do several things. That's going to keep the pond moving. Even though they have, I meant to ask them too. They have some kind of filter out there or something. I can't remember what it is, but it's moving the water. But I want the pond to be sitting still. I want it to be moving. And then we have like it's crazy because we got like these runoffs throughout the on the one side of the property runs like the whole entire property on one side, and then on the other side throughout the property there's a runoff. And I found out yesterday, he's like, yeah, the city will come in and they'll cut all this down for you. They call it, consider it mosquito control. I'm like, are you serious? Really? Now it's nothing that I can't do inside the property. But if the city's gonna do it for free, But then again, I don't, I'm the kind of person I don't really like. I consider that to be outsiders, so I don't really want outsiders on my property. Yeah. I mean, what do you guys think about that? Because I know I'm a little funny sometimes about stuff, and I don't have a problem running the weed eater. I mean, that's all it's gonna take is running the weed eater down, through the little runoff area, keeping it cut down. I don't see a problem with that. It's gonna be a dirty, nasty job. And during the summertime, I probably have to do it every couple, 2 or 3 weeks. What do you guys think? What would you do? Would you allow the city to come into your property and hang out and and do some work and all that kind of stuff, or would you just do it yourself? What do you guys say? What do y'all think? Because that was one thing I was like, yeah, that sounds good. But then you got folks that are coming in, then they know what you got. And know what's on your property and all that good stuff. Because I'm always thinking, doomsday, and I'm always thinking, what happens if and when. And then of course, we got so much. And I'm not trying to brag, y'all. It's so much area now to cover, as far as if anything happened. And I would love. I would love to extend the fence line and put up privacy. That would be so daggone expensive, and it would be so much work because I would have to go all the way to the end of the property to do it. I still might do it though. It might take me some time to do it, but I'm really thinking about doing that and just putting up privacy all the way in the back. And not even having a gate, just put it on my side where it goes right up to the end of the property line, because their fences, everything everywhere now, and they had set it up for horses. So there's like this huge place set up for horses where the pond is. That now because we're not gonna have horses, I got to try to figure out how I'm gonna grow some grass out there, or I can turn that into a huge like gardening area, because I'm sure it's going to be fertile because there's plenty of horse crap out there. Oh, and they're also going to leave this huge composting pile. I was like, he's like, I don't know if you want me to bury it or what. I was like, oh no, please leave it. Please leave it. Leave it the way it is. I think I passed my turn. Talking, not paying attention. I think I passed the turn. No, I need to go down a little bit further. I don't come out here very often, so this is always a little bit of a challenge, especially if I'm not really paying that close of attention. And I wasn't, because I'm talking and thinking, and my mind is on the property and not on driving. So let me focus on what I'm doing, which is why and how accidents happen, because people they're somewhere else while they're driving. Roderick and friends. I'm going to Interplant green fires between the crops in the beds. Yeah, and I'm thinking about. I think what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna do raised beds. Dang, I can't tell where I am. I think I need to go back. Matter of fact, I'm sure I need to go back. I don't know. No U-turns really. Damn. Great. Can't make a U-turn. So I gotta make a left turn, then another left turn, which is a U-turn, just two different spots. Nobody's gonna tell me what y'all would do about the chickens are fun. Oh my god, my husband finally said, let's get some chickens. Compost is gold. Roger, everything would be a lot of work now. That's true. I would hate the city on our land, but we are the right of way for entry. Now your house will be the first place. Exactly. That's the very reason why I do not want them on my property. So you guys are thinking the same way I'm thinking, and I'm thinking that if I don't let them come out there and cut, then eventually, the people who have been out there cutting, I think they're doing it maybe once or twice a year, or as often as you call them. I think you're right. I think that they will be like, oh yeah, this dude got chickens and goats and this and that. So let's go out there, let's raid his place. And right now, the way it is, I gotta go. I believe that I believe everything is charged up now as far as where the horses are. So I mean that would help deterring folks from jumping the fence and all that good stuff. I probably need to put up some signs, hey, live fence, or hey, hot fence, or whatever you say when you got a fence that's electrified, so idiots don't come and put their hands on it and get the shock of their life, because people will. They always do. Every farmer eats chicken. It is what they do. It is, yep. And it's hard to keep chickens, but the electric fence is going to help. And I think what I'm going to do with the chicken coop, I'm sure there's a way I can bring some posts or rails or even two before up, and then string like some kind of netting across it to keep the big birds out, and then to they said that since they've gotten electric fences up, they haven't seen too many predators, which is great. So that's right on time. But anyway, guys, look, I'm at my destination. Got to get in here and do some work. Thank y'all for being here. I really truly appreciate you, and we're gonna chat a little bit more another time. I can't say when. We have discontinued our containment series as of right now. Okay, as of right now, just because we got so much going on, and I'm not able to keep up with the series. So do not expect for us to come in tomorrow and talk about containment. And I apologize for those that had done it, a week or two ago. But life happens, and this, like the name of the channel, this is Real Life Ripper. So they don't even have a coop. Wow, that's cool. All right, so we're out. Love you guys. Send you some love, and y'all be blessed. Have a great, wonderful, awesome day. See ya.